Hey everybody, Chris with Digital Horizons here. Just wanted to give you an update on our Experience Center. So we're going to do a quick tour of our progress and let you know what we're up to. So as you can see on the inside, we have most of the ceiling tile in, all the painting is done, carpet has been in, the kitchen is finished, and really what's left is us to install all of our technology, which with our current schedule is proving to be challenging, but we'll be making progress towards that in the future. So I just want to give you a quick tour. We'll walk through. We'll start off in the kitchen. Actually can't remember where things were at the last time we were in here, but for now we have pretty much everything in the kitchen done. We still have a dishwasher to put in. And as a recap, the whole purpose of having the kitchen is so that we are able to show our technology in a home. So when you come in here and you're in our kitchen, it might feel like it's your kitchen and you can experience what it is that we can provide. So in here, in the cabinets here, we'll actually have a TV in these cabinets, and you can kind of see our wiring is getting ready. We'll have a TV on a drop-down lift in here, so it'll actually come down here. So when you want to view it, you can view it, but when you don't want to view it, it goes away. It's out of sight. It's hidden away. The other aspects of this is music is a huge part of kitchen areas. So right now we have two pairs of 4.5-inch in-ceiling speakers, and they're sized so that they blend into the light cans that we have in the ceiling. So when you're in the space, the speakers don't appear to be there. They're just there to provide the sound and not have a huge footprint. And in the future on that wall over there, we'll have an in-wall subwoofer, because with a 4.5-inch in-ceiling speaker, their range of sound reproduction is a little limited because the driver is smaller. So you get the benefit of a smaller driver aesthetically, but the sound is a little less full, so the in-wall subwoofer helps fill that out. So we have to cut that in still. And then the other big part of the kitchen area that we're showing here is the kitchen, as well as the entire building, is part of what's called a lighting control system. So our pendants, the in-ceiling lights, the light over the sink, and eventually some under cabinet lighting we'll have in here that will actually be color changing, is all tied to a lighting control system. And what that means is, instead of a switch for every single light in here, we have an in-wall keypad that we can come in, and with a single press of a button, all of the lights in the kitchen turn off, and if we press it again, we can have all of the lights turn back on. And in this case, we have it programmed so not all of the lights turn on, and we have separate buttons for our island pendants, and then a separate light for the sink light, just in case maybe you only want those on. It's the middle of the night, you're coming down and you want a snack. You don't need all of the lights on, so you can have individual circuits on. Rest of the kitchen is just what you'd expect, standard appliances, things like that. Not things that we offer. We get those from other trades in the area, from Schrader's and Bob and Fran's, but to fill out the kitchen feel. And then on to our TV rooms, we're calling it, or a family room. This is probably, I wouldn't say our most progressed room, but we still have obviously a lot of our boxes out getting ready to install. But eventually we'll have a 75-inch TV on that wall. We have 3 in-wall speakers right now from Paradigm for the front, left, right, and center speakers for the surround system. There's a pair of speakers in the ceiling now that you may not be able to see very much because the grills have been painted black to match in. And then in the back of the room here, we have a pair of in-wall speakers to round out the surround system. Below the speaker back here is something we're still working on finishing, but this is something that's going to be really cool. These are actually in-wall recessed enclosures, and what that means is when your keypad or whatever device you might have in your wall, whether it's a keypad or like over here we have some just high voltage boxes for your electrical plugins, these will actually be recessed and flush in the wall. So the only thing that will actually be exposed are the buttons, and there's a surround that goes here that gets painted, everything matches in. We still have some work to do on that, but really clean look. We're really excited about that. And then the big cabinet over here with a bunch of wires spewing out of it is an in-progress thing. That is where all of our equipment goes. So in a home that might have a lot of technology in it, there's a lot of components required, and so we utilize something called an equipment rack. And it's not normally in a living space like we're showing here, it's often installed into your mechanical room or a closet somewhere that's out of sight. These are things that you, on a day-to-day basis, don't have to interact with, but you need if you have a lot of technology in a home. So we put it in an equipment rack because it allows us to properly space devices for ventilation. It helps give us points of contact for harnessing all of the wires, because as you can see in the back, there's a lot of wires, and if we didn't have a structure like this, along with the aid of some accessories to handle all of the wiring, it becomes really, really messy. So this will eventually be full of equipment, and we have it out in the open so that when someone comes in here and wants to learn about the services that we offer, the equipment is out in the open so that we can show it and people can touch it and experience what it is and understand how it might benefit them in their home. So that's the TV room and the equipment, and then the last room is our conference room. And in here we have it's down right now, but we have a motorized projection screen. Eventually up in the ceiling over there we will have a projector mounted to the ceiling. We have some in-ceiling speakers in here. And this is just the room where we get together and meet with clients or have internal meetings, and just lots of discussion happens in here. So we do have our conference table now. We have motorized window treatments on the outside windows. Those are Crestron blackout shades. So in the middle of the day, if we're having a meeting and it's super bright outside, we can lower the shades, turn the lights off in an automated fashion, and we have a completely darkened room. In the back, those two windows back there, we will eventually have some automatic window tinting where they will act very similar to shades, where we can press a button like a dimmer or a switch, and the windows will go opaque or transparent based on the need. So I'm really excited about that as well. And then we have what often gets discussed in here is we install a lot of motorized window treatments. So we have, and we work with companies like Q-Motion and Crestron. We have their shade fabrics in here. And then something that's really cool and new is Crestron works with a company called Hartman & Forbes. And they make hand-woven natural grass fabrics for their shades. Very high-end, very exclusive. Every shade is custom, and these are the samples for that. So that's really exciting. So yeah, that's an update of what we've been doing here. This is our experience center, as we're calling it. We will be opening very soon. We still have, as I mentioned earlier, we still have a lot of work to do on our end, but we're really, really excited to be finished and have you visit us. And in the coming weeks and month, we will provide another update and have an open house and invite everybody here. Thank you very much for watching. Can't wait to see you.